Today I want to talk about experimental hexplate. It is an item I've talked about before. I've always called it homeless and I don't really like it. However, it's been buffed and there's been a 1.1k LP Korean Twitch UTP that played it. And some people start talking about him in Discord. First thing to note though, is that he originally played AP and then ended up playing this build a little bit. So even though I would like to say this is some Korean build, it is something that people have played before. And it is not something new. And it's not something he proved any viability with because he mostly played AP. However, I do find this build interesting. Bork has been buffed a little bit back again. Hexplate has been buffed. So we're going to talk about this today. And I'll try and make it quick. And there's actually two builds I think you can go. It is Yuntal into Hexplate, and you have Bork into Hexplate. You can see that they are both being played roughly the same, right? But I would recommend these two items here. I wouldn't really go with any other when you're going this build here. And I don't think it's a build you can go all the time. However, something I've come to realize that's made me appreciate Hexplate more. It's just how ult reliant Twitch is and how nice it actually feels to have your ult back up earlier. And I say this because I've heavily dismissed this item in the past. Right? It's always been a fill item where you could always just buy something else and get something better. And it's always been like this jack of all trades but master of none kind of thing. Right? But I do think that's actually viable now. And in terms of tankiness, I actually think this is one of the better ones. Because it provides something which I actually think is more valuable now than HP. And that is movement speed. Being able to space is actually incredibly powerful. And it is one of the things that I've come to appreciate the most when it comes to this item. It is actually the movement speed. Paired with the Blade of the Rune King as well. Because something that will happen when you open people with normal items is that they will sometimes run away or they will just kill you. I had instance where I went on a K and I ulted. And I try to kill him, but I couldn't space him because he just queued Ws and hits me and ults and I'm dead, right? Because I don't have enough moon speed to make any space. I can't play the game. So that is the primary reason when I feel personally right now that is best. And to display this, I will show you guys a quick game that I played. Because I think this is a very good example of when Hexplate could be good. Because you see here, I'm against Kai'Sa, which I will say AP would be better, right? But you can see here we have two AP champions already. So I kind of didn't want to go AP here, even though I do think that AP would have been objectively better here. I felt the need to go AD. And then Gwen and Yasuo and Tryndamere, all which are champions where I think Hexplay shines. And there's one particular team fight where I attempt to use it, but I did a bit poorly. So we'll just review this little play here. Because I ended up getting hooked. And I didn't think that I would actually get hooked. But what I could have done in this instance here is that in the case where Blitzcrank walks up here, I should have actually ulted earlier and just started going. But you can still see that thanks to the Hexplate, I'm still kind of able to move. And that is something we will see with most of these team fights where I don't completely agree with it. I don't remember this game. It's quite some time ago. But all this comes down to is just me not using ult early enough and not getting the moon speed. And all of these hooks are kind of random. Silas not taking the hook. Of course, he wants to take the dragon bite, but I expected someone to tank this. So it is of course unfortunate that I got hit. So even though I don't really get to utilize it too much here, and I don't think I'm that good with AD right now, because I've been playing a lot of AP, it is definitely nice. As you can see, the moon speed here is actually really nice, right? And again, in terms of tankiness and everything, I do think that the moon speed that this item provides is one of its kind. You can see here too. Right, I'm getting caught and I ult out. And that is another thing. You get other use cases. There's sometimes I'm getting chased by someone and I don't want to die. I will just use ulti just to get the movement speed. Right, but I did some bad spacing here. Right, because I wanted to kill whatever. Right, but I'm still able to kind of get away. Right. So again, I think this is a good team cone to play against. A lot of hooks I'm taking. But yeah, this is just a quick game I wanted to show. I could show another one. I'm not sure which one this was. It was this one. Then I've played it a bit at least. Let's see. I don't want to make this too long either, to be honest. Let's see. But yeah. Because again, there is like literally only one thing I kind of wanted to bring from this, and that is the viability of this. And if you're wanting to try something, then use this. And it's good to know why you're buying items, such as buying this item for movement speed and getting your ult pack up earlier, because one of the most important things on Twitch is to use your ulti on objectives. So yeah, we'll just quickly go through this here. I don't want to make this too much longer. I also want to just say that I'm sorry for not doing the guide yet. It is pressuring me quite a lot, and I feel bad about it. As well as the algorithm coaching and solo queue, Twitch jungler to masters. I have a lot going on, and it's caused me issues. But again, to the people watching this still, I really do appreciate all of you. Even if I had one person watching this, it would mean the world to me. So yeah, I'm sorry for not really doing what I've promised to deliver. But I am working on it actively. But here again, right, they have Garen, right? Wanting to space that. I think we can, yeah, here we can see a brilliant situation, I think. Do I have ulti here? Yeah. So I'm almost about to die. Then I ulti. And I might get the moon speed to run away. Right? So again. If you're getting this item, keep the moon speed in mind. It is probably one of the things that I think is best. Also the early game spike, and I think you're fine if we just go back to the items there quickly. Monitor. I think you're fine going Hurricane second, because you're getting quite a lot of AD, right? So I don't really mind that. I've also had success with Witsend, Terminus, other things when people are buying Tabite, right? Because that is something that I find really bad when you're playing ADCs, that people tend to buy Tabite, which is why AP is so nice. I think a lot of these ADCs are just being cringe. So yeah, I really do like this build path though, like Bork, Hexplate, Hurricane, like, and then LDR, right? But give it a try. I mean, I'm sure most of you have tried it before, but this is just me basically giving them proof that it's actually decent. And to keep in mind, and yeah, abuse tab if you can, if you want. You can also take Bloodline when you go in this build, especially with Yuntal. I think it's good, even though Bloodline sucks fucking ass. It is not to be underestimated when you have so much attack speed. It is completely fine. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I don't want to make it too long, as I said. So take care, have a good one, and thank you.